Call of Duty, God of War, and Australia. Yep, gonna be another one of them days on Oh My God, This Week Was For the Win. Welcome one and all to another edition of Oh My God, This Week Was For the Win. I'm your host, Luke Brown. Thank you. You might remember me from the Collector's Edition show, the New Releases show, or as the guy who thinks of Steve the Pirate instead of Wash anytime Alan Tudyk shows up in a movie or TV show. Let's take a look at the gaming news you may have missed last week. Recently, a public service announcement was released by Infinity Ward about grenade spam in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Apparently, instead of instituting some method to deter assholes from throwing grenades like they're going out of style, the developer decided to ask Cole Hamels of the Philadelphia Phillies to act as a spokesperson. The video itself is pretty funny, and if you can check it out online, you might like it. But it's not what's in the video that's causing controversy. It's what the video is called. Take a look.
What the fuck?
Brought to you by Fight Against Grenade Spam.
Fighting against grenade spam, which can easily be shortened to the acronym F.A.G.S, has some people up in arms. Only a few days after the ad hit YouTube, Infinity Ward pulled it off, stating, "I think the core gag is great, the end is a bit too far from the intent of the joke, and we can appreciate the concerns." It was also revealed that the developer didn't actually make the ad, and it was created by an outside agency. Oops. We did a little bit of research and found out that the ad agency was none other than your mother. When we asked your mother for a comment, she was quick to call us a noob and told us to quit because we sucked dick. Before I was able to ask what she meant, she told me to quit sniping and said I could hit Alt F4 to get unlimited money. She also added, and I quote, "less QQ, more pew pew." She also said she was going to have sex with my mother. And she left party chat and started to vote to get me booted from the game.
Nice.
Which was just plain mean.
Yes, my mom is awesome.
These days, it seems like no big game can launch with just one measly $60 version. Ever since the legendary Halo 3 edition launched in 2007 with a Master Chief helmet and a $130 price tag, the door has been wide open for publishers to throw in some extra swag and rape you in the wallet. God of War 3, set to release next March, has jumped on this bandwagon with Sony announcing a $100 Ultimate Edition, knowing that Sony fanboys will just eat that shit right up. Yes. The Ultimate Edition comes with the game, some extra in-game content, downloadable music inspired by the game, your standard art book, and the crown gem of the bundle, a replica of Pandora's Box. Wait a second. Pandora's Box? You know, I was all set to piss away $100 as soon as I heard the words Ultimate Edition. But now I'm not so sure. I mean, a Kratos figure or replica Blades of Chaos would have looked awesome on a shelf next to my Master Chief helmet. Fallout 3 lunchbox, replica Lancer, Batarang, Big Daddy figure, night vision goggles, and GTA 4 lockbox. But Pandora's Box? I know you guys think I'm tough and manly, but I have to admit, when it comes to Pandora's Box, I'm a little frightened. I mean, those things are unpredictable, and you never know what will come out. I mean, sure, there was a time when all I could think about was unraveling the mysteries of Pandora's Box, but those days are long over. Listen, I really need you to hear me on this one. I know the temptation to get inside Pandora's Box is overwhelming, but just do me a solid and do not open the box. Stay away from the box. Otherwise, before you know it, your life will be consumed with trying to get in Pandora's Box. Oh sure, I can just open it and take a quick peek, but you can't. Once you open the box, things will never be the same. First you just poke around a little bit, then you go back for more, and before you know it, the box is pregnant, Pandora's dad shows up and demands you make a proper woman out of his daughter, and you're forced into a loveless marriage where the box won't let you hang out with your friends and tells you being on the internet isn't a real job. Just trust me on this one. You know, there's just something wrong with the National Prison of Australia. After a ridiculous back and forth over toning down the violence in Left 4 Dead 2 to the point that it's become an episode of Teletubbies, it seems that Valve shooter is finally going to make it inside the barbed wire fences surrounding the island where they filmed No Escape. All it took was simply removing all gore, blood splatter, dismemberment, corpses, which is ironic in and of itself, burning, and riot cops, which actually makes a bit of sense since they don't want prisoners getting the idea that it's okay to shoot cops. Again. At this point, There's more violence in Baby Einstein educational games, thank you Baby Jesus, and despite the huge amount of license plates Australia will be paying Valve for the game, it seems like there's no point in even releasing it to those ungrateful tree-humping keister bunnies. Perhaps even stranger than Valve tucking their balls back to appease a bunch of peckerwoods is the news that 2K shooter Borderlands was magically censored as soon as it reached the highly fortified shores of Australia's eastern cell block. 2K maintains that the warden never had them change a thing in order to be classified, yet the few lucky prisoners allowed to use a computer found decidedly less violence in their version of the game than their adult friend finder pen pals had in other countries. When asked just how a trick like this was possible, Master Chief of Security for the entire prison, Corporal Paul Hogan the 18th, simply waved his hands in front of his face and said, "Illusions, Michael. Tricks are something whores do for money." Then he fired a round of bullets into the air, scaring off all the reporters. No one was eaten by a crocodile, so it was actually the best press conference Australia ever had.
Wow.
That's all for this week. We'll see you next time, pending anyone can drag me away from the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer.
Yay!
Nice.